Not really sure what this is laying in the middle of the road. It's probably 10 foot long or so. Somebody's exhaust, maybe? Good stovepipe. Oh, I think I'll throw that in. Been on the lookout for some of those little green unopened pine cones still. I want to try that pine cone jelly, pine cone jam, syrup, whatever it is. But this is about as close as I've come so far to finding any. They're unopened. I don't know if those would work or not. They're not green, they're more of a brown. It's kind of strange little pine cones. They're kind of prickly even. Not sure what kind of a tree this one is. I don't know. I've seen them before where they're pretty smooth and they're, an inch, maybe 2 inches long. Most of the pine cones I'm finding, though, are already opened. They're brown. I don't know. That's about as close as I've found so far. I don't think that's really what I need, though. Maybe. Might grab a few of them anyway. This tree fell down. This is what they're looking like. I don't think that's what I'm after. I don't know. Keep looking, I guess. It said to gather them in May and June, so they should be out or growing. I don't know. I'm not really sure which ones they were using. I don't know enough about this. I only found out about it maybe a month ago, and I gotta study a little, I guess. Don't know. Not really sure, but I think those must be fir trees. They don't look like a pine tree to me. I know those long needle pine trees, they have pine cones. I've never, really looked for any green ones, though. Maybe that's what I'm after. I don't know. So I just looked it up. If the needles come out of the same spot on the twig in groups of 2, 3, or 5, then it's a pine tree. If they come out singly, like these ones, it's a fir tree. Which they all look like pine trees to me. That would be a fir there though. I don't think those little pine cones were the ones I'm after. Those look like fir trees to me. Lodgepole pine, ponderosa. Those are all real easy for me to figure out what they are. So many of these. I know there's a Douglas fir tree. There's a red fir tree, I think, and there's some others. I don't know if they're all the same and just different names or just what. Not really too up on the trees as far as the naming of them goes. That one there, its name is Fred. Good one, Lily. Okay, so I looked it up. I asked it if pine cones from fir trees would make pine cone jam. Yes, fir tree pine cones can be used to make pine cone jam. Spruce cones are also suitable. However, you need to use immature green cones that are still soft and resinous. The larger, mature brown cones that fall on the ground are not suitable. So, those pine cones back there, they're small, immature ones, but they're not soft, and they're not green. I don't know, they're kind of hard and prickly, even though they're not opened yet. So I don't think those are what I need. I don't know. Looking around, way up high seems to be where most of the new pine cones are. I ain't gonna climb up to the top of a tree after them. If I can find some down lower, I'd like to try this. It sounds like it'd be maybe not good, but interesting. They say it's pretty good, so I don't know. Give it a try. There's all sorts of names for different fir trees. There's red firs, there's silver firs, there's Douglas firs, there's what firs? I don't know what all they are. They're all just pine trees to me. Now this one with the long needles, that's a pine tree for sure. I think it's a ponderosa young one. That one has 3 needles coming out of each spot. So that's an actual pine tree and not a fir tree. I don't see... Got lots of pine cones, but they're all brown. I'm not seeing any. I wonder what these are. These things here. I wonder if that turns into a pine cone later. That's kind of a weird looking little critter, ain't it? Until I found out about this jelly jam stuff or syrup, never really paid that close of attention to pine cones. I mean, Cindy likes them for gardens and stuff, for decorating with. Go on, Dots, get in. But that's about the only thing I thought they were really good for. Get in. Just drove by this one. Oops, too close. What are those? Those don't really look like a pine cone to me. Not sure what the heck that is. Okay, so those have got to be pine cones. They're strange looking though. Up here and grab one. Ah. Don't know what else that could be. It's gotta be a pine cone. Huh.